The Wild Wild West.
Dude, I read a story you're gonna like a lot. It's about a psychic spy for he worked for what's the intelligence agency for the INSCOM. MS. Get the fucking no. It's not. You know any agents? Any of the letter alphabet?
You don't know
agencies?
any of the alphabet letters.
INSCOM. What the fuck do you know about INSCOM, Sean?
Nothing, but I'd like to learn.
Thank you. So the dude's name is, I think it's Joseph McMoneagle. Joseph McMoneagle. Yeah, Joseph McMoneagle. He had the worst fucking life. This childhood. He grew up in the projects of Miami. Trick Daddy, Mom and Dade.
Oh, nice.
Vanilla Ice. He grew up in the projects of Miami in like the 50s, dude. Ooh. And it fucking stunk, dude. He just had a sad life. His dad was an absolute alcoholic. His mom was like a smart lady who just fucked up and married this dude and then just gave up and started drinking. And pretty sick. But he was so tortured as a young child that he would hallucinate a young rabbit coming into his bed to comfort him at night. So he would like lay his sister, like they would talk, like she heard voices and he was like, nah, all I have is like sometimes a little bunny creeps into my bed and just like comforts me. Because his neighborhood was so fucked up. He had like gang members. He was just like, it was like gangs.
I bring a bunny into the bed.
It was gangs in New York.
When I'm fumbling for my toys.
He grew up in like full gangs of New York.
Yeah.
Like a dude, I think like grabbed one of his sister's ass. So he like went and smacked him in the face with a baseball bat. The dude was fucking nuts. Oh, I think the thing that stopped him was a storm door, but like it was really funny. But long story short, traumatic childhood, terrible childhood. He's like, I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
Gets on a fucking bus because he's like, I physically can't get out of Florida because it was like the 60s. He's like, I can't. If I try to leave, I'll just get too hungry because it's going to take me 2 days to get out if I try to hitchhike. Yeah. So he joins the military, gets in a bus, gets out of there, and then he's a pretty smart dude. So he goes through boot camp. His tests are really high. So eventually, intelligence, the INSCOM is like, dude, we need this guy. He's pretty fucking smart.
Yeah.
So INSCOM, they draft him, but he starts doing Morse code where he's doing like Morse code cracking, but you have to sit there and be able to, you have to memorize Morse code in like all in different languages. And he was like, it's too fucking hard. So he was ready to give up. So he just goes out one night and gets hammered. And he's a young man at this point. He's like, I'm going to show up hammered.
I know who comes.
They're going to know, they're going to discover him. They're like, I'm going to get discovered. They'll send me to Vietnam. Fuck this. I don't care. He gets hammered and all of a sudden, dude, it's limitless. It's fully limitless. He's like, he just relaxed and he was like, oh shit, this is kind of easy. So he figured out the secret. So you
know what's interesting about that?
What?
Getting drunk, and I could speak Spanish when I would get drunk. When
really?
I was in Spain. Because there's no hesitation. You're not like thinking or worried about like, do I sound dumb? This is complicated.
That's what happened. You get
a little hammered. You're like, oh, I fucking know. Beep, 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 beep,
dude, that's what happened.
Suck my dick. Beep, beep.
Dude, he said there was like translating like 15 words per minute. He got up to like 60. He got
good
hammered.
For him though, also to just be like, this test is too hard. Fuck it. Send me to Vietnam.
Yeah. And he literally figured out how to do that. So he's like, I was hammered and I like relaxed and I was like, oh, actually, if I stop like putting up such a fight, I can let I'll just like just translate and not worry about if it's right or not. And he's like, dude, I got up to like, I was flying.
Wow.
So he became top of his class, got hammered, cracked the code, top of his class, became an intelligence officer. Long story, there's a ton of that goes into it, but he eventually got tapped by people who were looking into remote viewing and like psychic spying. And he was like, fuck yeah, dude, I'm all in.
Yeah.
So he was like top, it's called like a chief warrant officer. So I don't know what it is. He was like an officer, a decorated guy. He had served in Vietnam, all that stuff. So he was like doing computer systems. They had like spent a ton of money educating this guy on how to like install like high level, high tech security systems. And these guys were like, do you want to learn how to be psychic? And he was like, yes. So he was, as a high officer,
you just read my mind.
He needed to be somewhere. Like they had like a very like essential role. He had to go to his officer and be like, yo, I'm on a top secret mission you can't know about. And the guy knew it was like psychic shit. And he's like, bro, don't fucking, please.
Yeah.
Don't fucking do it. And he's like, it's for the good of this country.
Yeah.
Like if the Russians are remote viewing, we're fucked. I need to do it. And they're like, dude, you're really fucking me by doing this. He's like, I'm sorry. I'm doing what my country needs me to do. So he goes, becomes a remote viewer. And, you know, long story short, he's apparently he said he was really good at it. But he became fat as hell, dude. Fat as hell. He did this, and I'm leaving out so much shit.
No, that's great.
But there was like the one part before that he got divorced. He brought his wife to Germany. He brought like a 19-year-old wife to Germany, and she didn't speak the language, so she couldn't talk to anyone for like 3 years.
Yeah.
So he just had his wife sit in a house like, and then she went back to Miami-Dade.
She went back and sucked and fucked.
She cheated on him back in Miami.
Of course she did.
But he was so fucking devastated that
the hoes and tricks, dude.
Dude, on the military base, what he did, he was so turned back to the bottle, started getting drunk all the time.
Yeah.
And then he started partying with girls. So he would go out to all the military women and be
This
like,
guy
yo,
got fat as hell, drunk, and started partying with girls.
he would go, I'm having a banger, dude. At my house, all the other dudes are going to be there. He'd invite 9 chicks and no dudes came, and it was just him and 9 chicks.
That's fucking crazy.
He would tell them, like, I'm not trying to fuck you guys. I'm deeply depressed. Can we just get drunk and play board games at my house?
Whoa.
Yeah. And he would just party. But then he got
That's nice.
Dude, he's this guy fucking rules.
I would love to get drunk and play board games with girls.
With the ladies, dude, and like, guys, I promise I'm not trying to fuck you.
I'm not trying to fuck you guys. My dick
So
doesn't even
depressed.
work. I'm
It's
sad,
just,
dude.
Who cares, dude? Let's just play. They would blast
Please, and then
music.
just dominate them in Scrabble. Like, that's not even a word, you stupid bitch. Get out.
He would blast music, party, and then he was like, he's like, yeah, dude, like I was waking up with strangers all around me. He was full Van Wilder mode. This guy's autobiography is so funny because he falls in all the trappings of like the way he like it's very mythical the way he projects
His
himself.
journey.
I had to go dark. The military, I was a non-person. I was a non-entity. The military, I went fully dark ops, dude. It's so funny. But he's, that goes on. He's on a second
He liked
marriage.
it crowded inside.
Oh, dude.
He liked it crowded.
Very, dude.
There's so many things. You just get drunk,
Too
invite the
many
things
things,
over,
dude.
make sure it was crowded, and then break out the parch.
9
Break
things.
out the parch easy.
Dude. So then, like, years flash by. He's in his second marriage. He's a remote viewer, but he's stressed as fucking hell because he was playing racquetball to stay healthy.
Nice.
Dude, he was playing racquetball. He's playing racquetball to stay healthy as a psychic for the dude. They're constantly trying to shut this operation down,
Yeah.
but he's like they wouldn't let him do it. So he's playing racquetball to stay fit because the job's stressful as hell. Because all the alphabet agencies are asking for intelligence. So him and his boys are playing combat racquetball, where it's like as soon as the person hits the ball, it's 3 people, becomes 2-on-1. So like he hits the ball and the other 2 are trying to score on you, and then it just keeps going back and forth. And you were allowed to check people into the boards. These were like 35-year-old dudes playing racquetball, checking each other, basically playing. What's the game in like 21 in basketball, where like roughhouse, playing racquetball? But he was like, dude, I had a blazing backhand. He said a direct quote from the book. He's like, my backhand was a metallic blur of blue steel, of just fucking, just
This guy sucks.
so fast. No, dude, McMoneagle fucking rules. So the reason he got fat, he was playing combat racquetball. And he went to hit a backhand. He hit a dude right in the eye. The guy's eye bled. He goes, I thought I killed him. Turns out he was just fine. But he's like, if my wrist had rotated 2 degrees, he would have had like surgery on his face.
Oh,
my backhand was so
His backhand
fast.
was too fast.
Turned out it was just a bad cut. But he's like, dude, I'm pretty sure.
Still.
I thought he died.
Bad cut's pretty good though. Still.
Bad cut. So he goes, you know what? No more exercise for me. Gets fat as fuck. To the point where he needs like a cane to walk around and be like physically helped out of his car.
Well, if you're gonna be a psychic, it's nice to be like physically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dude. So the military, because they've been his original MOS. You know what MOS is?
Yeah,
Original
of course.
MOS is trying to get this guy kicked out of the military. It's like, fuck it. He's a medical leave. We're kicking him out because he's unable to do his duties as a soldier. He's too fat.
Yeah.
So his doctor goes, dude, you're fucking out, and meaning like his pension was fucked, according to him. He was saying like, they put you on medical discharge, and then if they cure your thing you had, then you get less money. If like,
Oh, you can't cure fat, dude.
dude,
that guy just hangs in
they
there.
were talking about his pain, so they're going to just pump because he was fat, and then he had slipped disc from obviously a helicopter crash in Nam, dude. Whatever. He can't even talk about that. He leaves that out, but just lets you know helicopter crash, and fucked up his discs.
Fucking Halo went down.
It went down. He doesn't even want to talk. That's a whole other book, but. Dude, so he's fat as fuck. The doctors, the military's like, they have him just where they want him. They're like, this guy's fucked. We're discharging him. We're not paying him. Fuck this guy for abandoning his MOS after we trained him in computers. Like hundreds, probably $200,000
Yeah.
training. So he goes, bro, he goes in the code. He goes, you guys got to give me a fucking fair shake. If I can pass the military physical examination, it's like, you guys got to fuck off and drop all this bullshit. So they're like, yeah, whatever, dude. You walk with a cane. Dude, he took a day of absence, went to a private pain management doctor, and just got perked up, dude, as perked as possible, and then used the meditative techniques from the SRI Institute and Operation Sunstreak, just classified. Well, I think that's actually unclassified now. He took his meditative techniques from the remote viewing shit.
Yeah.
and just fucking ran 2 miles, did obstacle courses, and did push-ups. And he fucking passed. He passed, dude, for all the bros.
That's incredible.
He passed, and he said he fully
must have been so tired.
Dude, so he collapsed. He passed the 2 miles. He collapsed onto the ground, and his back is just scorching agony. His leg kept acting like it was running. So one of his friends came and sat on his leg to keep it from moving. He was fully fucked up, dude.
This is wild.
He had to take 4 days off. He had to go get treated and get like his body. He was fucked up. He said his eyes were rolling in the back of his head.
Like keep a pension.
Dude, he fucking ran the second mile, just collapsed, fat as fuck, all perked up, and he had dog legs. Still, his one leg was still moving like a dead bug. And his friend held his leg down, and then he was able to like continue on his business.
Nice.
Dude, it's so nice. And then he divorced, and then he shortly after divorced his second wife, dude.
What?
And his son was like, "Yo, Dad, can I live with you?" And he's like, "Things are too treacherous right now, dude. No." So he also had a son that was kind of in the wind. He popped up on his son, saw that his stepfather and him had a loving relationship, and he was like, "I don't want to complicate things. Let me get back to remote viewing." And then was just like, "Damn, these Russian submarines are fucking huge, dude. You guys know about these things?" Dude, you were saying he claims to have seen I don't know what they're called, but there are Russian submarines that are like a football field long.
Yeah.
With like nuclear warheads. He was like, "Dude, I saw these big tubes of metal," and they were like, "Damn, this is some sort of like marine, like Russian Navy thing."
Sure.
And they were like, "Shut up." And he would give reports, and they'd be like, "Shut up, dude. Fucking
Yeah, obviously shut up.
Get the
Some
fuck
fucking
out of
dumb
here."
fat guy with a cane walks in and is like, I can see the Russian submarines. Be like, why? How is this guy here?
Dude, it was a whole branch of the military. There was a whole
No,
branch.
I know. They tried.
Oh yeah, they went for it. And then they said in 1995 the CIA dug up all the reports.
Yeah.
And they're still, I guess they
Like
were
the men who stare at goats type shit.
Yeah, that was all from, oh God, what's the name? There was a general who took it too far. So this guy claims remote viewing's legit, but
It's
then
not.
guys got too far
But
out.
it's not though.
This guy claims to have done live demonstrations for, I forget how many people, where he helped garner information to find missing children. And he said he found, like, it was in Japan. He said he found 50
Holy
of the
shit, that must have blown their minds.
Bro. Crazy. But he says he goes at best, he is 60 to 70%. He can get good information on stuff. But the military was saying it's more of like using those things to help people problem solve in an out of the box way. So they were like, can we just conjure up stuff about like, what's this? Where's this? But they said they had files where it'd be like, they'd put a manila envelope with a picture of a building the guy's never seen, and that was blind to the person doing the thing.
Yeah.
And they'd have to sit and sketch things, and afterwards they'd both open it and be like, what the fuck? But, obviously, you could be like, squares. I see a square. And
Yeah.
It's like, holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was, but the military, it was so funny because people would be like, dude, his officers,
Literally.
his officers would be like, dude, please, we beg you to come back and run our computers for us and stop fucking being a psychic. And he'd be like, my country needs me, brother. They're like, dude,
I would keep the psychic job. I'd be like, this shit's sick, dude. All I have to do is lie to people constantly.
It was kind of goat, dude. He would sit there all day, but he said they got slammed. He said they were getting crushed with reports. Like they were like, the FBI wanted to actually, everyone is like, what's up? We need this. We need this. He claims to have things saying that he gave credible information, like the FBI, CIA, and all that
Try
stuff.
one. They're good. It's good nicotine.
So he claims a lot of the reports got burnt and shredded.
Yeah.
He put in a retirement as a psychic. He put in his retirement, his 2 weeks in, and his general shredded it. So he went to check. He's like, yo, what's up with my retirement notice? And they're like, oh yeah, they said that you said you didn't want to retire anymore. And he's like, what the fuck? He's like, the guy's like, I shredded it. He's like, I did not tell you to shred it. He's like, oh, the general said we could change your mind.
Whoa.
So he claims that I think it was General Stubblebeim. That was the
motherfucker.
That was the head general being like, hold on. That was the guy who was doing the bending spoon parties and took it to like the really weird paranormal stuff. But he was saying, you close your eyes and you learn how to remote view. And he was like, who's the name of there was a top guy at the Stanford Research Institute, Ego Swami or something. That was a guy who claimed he could train anyone without psychic capability to learn how to remote view by double blind procedures. Pretty tight. But I haven't finished the book yet.
Yeah.
So it was that guy talking about being so fat and getting perked up, and
that's
Sorry, I could. That
That's
made me,
really
that
fun.
pumped me up so hard.
It should pump you up. That's
That's
as fun as it gets. Lying to women, saying there's a party, and just having them play board games with you.
Yeah, because you're sad.
It really is a fucking cool move.
It's tight.
This guy was a genius, obviously.
He was.
You have to be a fucking complete psycho to do that. You have to be a fucking psycho.
He was just blasting probably like Def Leppard.
But it worked.
For
right?
sure.
Would like all it takes is 3 to stay. Now
Oh,
you got
yeah.
a board game going.
Party, dude.
Now you got all sides of this board.
Party, dude. These are military. These are lonely ladies too, dude.
Oh, military wives?
These are military women, like enlisted military women.
Oh, so just lesbians. They're pumped on boards games.
For sure.
Shoots and ladders. Let's go.
Playing life.